guys, it's your Ford Focus here, and today we are going to be reviewing the classics that got added into the Ultimate Driving Christmas Update, starting with the 1954 Hudson Hornet and the 1969 Pontiac GTO Judge. So anyways, let's get started with the Hudson Hornet. So the 1954 Hudson Hornet was a car that was actually featured in the Cars movie, as it was the character Doc Hudson from Cars, who won a variety of races in the 50s and got many awards, and probably helped Lightning McQueen with some tips for racing. So this classic has 107 miles per hour at max speed, 173 kilometers, 8.1 seconds in 0-60, cashback of $465 a mile, a rear-wheel drivetrain with a price tag of $26,000. So now, let's get into design and in-depth review for the Hudson Hornet. So the Hudson Hornet in design looks exactly like Doc Hudson from Cars. It really reminds people a lot about the Cars movie from Disney. The design itself is really classy as well. Hudson did a great job producing it way back in the 50s. And it has a really cool touch in the back of making the wheel look like it's going really low. Yet they have their old style rear with their own signs as a Hornet right there on the trunk, and then saying twin 8 power as it were to be twin horsepower, and then of course their own brand under it. So that's pretty unique for what Hudson did. Yeah, and they have their own logo at the front right there. So in the design, it's really cool from itself, as you admire the character from the Cars movie. The thing that's also fascinating is they can fit 4 people as well. If I can just go to the back over there, you can see that. But now, let's go on to the headlights and the turn signals. So here are the headlights, and then the turn signals. On the front's just little ordinary lights that blink on the front under the headlights, and on the back it's just the lights on the rear, of course. Plain classic 50s style. Now, let's see how the Hudson Hornet does in performance. So, 0 to 100 and full acceleration in 3, 2, 1, go. So, in about 100, it's about 13 seconds, and then the full speed is just a meager 14 seconds. So I guess you get that for a 50s classic, though. Braking, ooh, pretty good for a Hudson Hornet. 313 experience points for every mile you make. Now, we're going to test out the handling by turning at this block. Handling's decent for the Hudson Hornet. So now, it's time that I express my thoughts about the car itself. So the 1954 Hudson Hornet was a true and joyful classic, especially from the fact that it was featured in cars, such as the character Doc Hudson. It's a really interesting way that you now get to re-experience it in ultimate driving. Relive the Hudson Hornet as some true classic collectors. And now you get to enjoy yourself in the 50s as well. The performance for $26,000 runs really smooth. So I say it's a really good car in general. And especially if you're a Cars fan, even though you like to watch Disney, then the Hudson Hornet would definitely be for you. Now, let's move on and see how the 1969 Pontiac GTO Judge is like. So the 1969 Pontiac GTO Judge is a very 60s classic, but not only that, you see its decal as well. It runs at a max speed of 132 miles per hour, 213 kilometers, 5.2 seconds in 0 to 60, $642 for every mile you make, with a wheel-wheel drivetrain, and the car is unlockable at rank 60. So let's see how the designs and the review goes for this one over here. Alright, so the design on the 1969 Pontiac GTO Judge looks very sporty, especially on the front. If you go closely over here by the headlights, you see that the grille really blends in with the headlights. That they put the headlights inside the grille. So that's very interesting what Pontiac did. Also, if you go along the sides and the back, you see that they branded the Judge on it, engrave it on both the back and the sides. They also added a cool little stripe along it from the rear seats all the way until the front of the engine. So the design on Pontiac GTO seems to look pretty nice. It's also got its little antenna over here, and also a wing. So now, let's take a look at the performance for the 1969 Pontiac GTO Judge. And if I forgot to do the headlights and turn signals, here's what it's like. Headlights are really bright on the GTO Judge. On the front, you get small little lights blinking surprisingly on the side, while if you go to the back, it's just the lights itself, avoiding the little red trims and white lights. The whole thing is blinking. Pretty much of a classic look right there. Now, it's time to test out the performance of 0-100 and full speed acceleration in 3, 2, 1, go. So, in a surprising 8 seconds, this goes 0-100 acceleration and around 10 full speed. This car gives you 363 experience points every mile, which is only 20 more than the Hudson Hornet. There's a boost animation right there. Now we are going to do braking. Really good. Pretty decent. So it's braking. See how fast it goes. And then slower once you accelerate the car. We are going to be testing out the handling once we get to the Westover exit. Handling's pretty light for the 1969 Pontiac GTO Judge. And now it's time to express my thoughts about the car overall. So the 1969 Pontiac GTO Judge seems to be a strangely decaled car, but in design it has some of the cool quirks as well. Not only a wing and antenna on it, but also on the front with the headlights. I do see that the grille blends in with it. That's pretty cool. And overall, the handling is also smooth, like the Hudson Hornet. So either way, this car is a good car, as we were to unlock at rank 60. But that's going to be it for my thoughts about the 1969 Pontiac GTO Judge and the whole review for itself. Hope you guys enjoyed the video very much. You may like this video. Comment in the box below for your thoughts about the 1954 Hudson Hornet and the 1969 Pontiac GTO Judge. What do you think about those cars and my review on it? Join my Discord server, located in the description, and you may subscribe. Bye!